We got the return of one of my favorite people in the industry, Kaz and Lowkey. Say less with Kaz in person, which I appreciate, man.
Of course.
It's been. I hate doing the fucking Zoom and the computer, man. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but it sucks.
Yeah, man. Definitely, like with the beginning of Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey, like everything was Zoom. So as soon as they were like, "Yo, do you want to do Zoom or come in person?" I'm like, "Fuck it, we'll come in person."
Yeah,
man.
the city is like, "Fuck it, let me just."
People say that
let me
like,
get into a
it's
studio.
easier to get like big guests.
Yeah.
The Zoom.
Yeah.
And
Which
it
is-
is, and I guess it is, but you have no fucking chemistry. Like there's there's no give or take.
And there's always like the talk over, like
And then I feel like I blew my shot. Like I wish that we waited and we got that big guest later when it would have been good. I don't know. It's a whole
But the
thing.
window, like if the window's there, then fucking take
You gotta
it.
take
Gotta
it.
take it.
Well, I mean, I guess you kind of say that about the entire show, right? Like you guys probably had a whole plan to roll out Say Less, and then it's like throw that one out the fucking window.
I mean, how
Yeah,
I mean, fall like that.
kind of, because like I obviously after Flagrant 2, I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna kind of do my own thing and kind of like roll it out in the way that like feels like more authentic to me, and like have somebody that's like a really close friend. And I was like, all right, I had a lot of favors that I got to cash in and get guests on, and then it was like.
Everything
shuts down. You know what I mean? Like it was like literally right after All-Star Weekend. I'm feeling good. Like everything's like kind of coming together. And then it was just like no more sports. I was like, all right, now what? So
well, MJ and the Bulls and Last Dance saved you for a minute there. That was a
yes.
couple episodes early.
yeah, you were an early guest on the show.
Yeah,
so,
we were talking that like episode like 3 or some shit of that series. That was like that saved the sports world for a minute.
Last Dance held us all collectively together for like a couple of weeks.
Like we had something to discuss. We were on Twitter, shooting the shit about it. Then it ended, and it's like, fuck. Like
Now what?
Now what? I'll just watch it again.
Joe
The
Exotic,
best piece
like,
of producing
whatever.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, for sure.
Was when it was like, MJ was like, I'm not gonna say who was in the room or anything like that. And then he cuts to Carmen Electra, and she goes, "Oh yeah, Michael Jordan's score." I was like, that's 10 out of 10.
They knew it.
It was the best thing because like Michael Jordan's such like a temp-pole for like so many pop culture moments, and then it was like even if you had no idea what the Bulls or the Last Dance was about, like I know Carmen Electra, I know Justin Timberlake, I know Nas, I know.
You know what is
Phil
crazy
Jackson.
though? I didn't realize. I mean, I guess I'm just getting old, man. But like the amount of people who I thought were old enough or in tune enough to know about like MJ and the Bulls being like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. I never saw that. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, I guess so. It's been 25 years.
We're up there, we're watching
like,
that.
We're talking 25, whatever years, and it's like, oh shit, you guys.
But it's interesting to watch the kids that didn't have any idea about who the Bulls were or how much they meant to now actually catch up and be like, holy shit, like this is way deeper than we thought it was. Like,
you think it changed people's minds? You think it like?
I think it did because like
you think there were LeBron stans who were like he's the GOAT who then watched that and were like, well, let me reconsider.
Man, I almost think it was Kobe and LeBron because like that whole like sort of decade where the NBA didn't really have like a tentpole superstar, right? Yeah. Like those like weird years when like the Pistons and the Spurs were like in the finals.
Yeah.
And shit.
By the way, it is crazy that like we don't say that about Tim Duncan. Like, he is that dude on the court, but off the court, he didn't have enough.
It's like he
there was nothing there, so it's like, all right.
I mean, now he's that dude.
Yeah.
Now he's got fucking dreads and he fucking kickboxes. Like,
he wears
where were you during this? Where was this?
Yeah. Imagine that Tim Duncan with Dennis Rodman, man. Those two together would have been something.
7-foot guy who kickboxes now. Like, why couldn't you do that during your career?
I hope he takes over for Pop. Like when Pop eventually, like, I think either him or like Becky Hammond. Like I think that's like the eventual.
I think they want it to be Becky.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I mean, she's gonna get a job.
Yeah,
like I would say, I give it less than 2 years.
You think so? Wow. Yeah.
Definitely. But like, I was saying, like I think the Last Dance really helped because we grew up in the Kobe and LeBron generation. Like you were either one of those guys, and MJ was so much of this like mythical. Like he was to a lot of people like younger than us. He's just a symbol. Yeah. He's the guy in the shoes. Like you don't really.
He's a crying meme.
He's a meme. You know what I mean? Like you don't even really know that this guy like had a whole life. You just kind of see him in these like flashy highlights, and you don't really see the whole thing. So that whole documentary was just like great to bring it all together.
Could you imagine though? The original idea was to do like every other night of the finals, right? So on off nights of the finals, that doc would have been on. Could you imagine like right now? Like if all this LeBron shit's happening, and then every night we're doing MJ too.
Yeah.
Like I liked it was obviously very cool the way the way it was released.
Yeah.
But
It was very cool that we bullied ESPN.
Yo, that was the most
Like, we need this shit now. They were like, all right,
ever.
Put it out,
Yeah.
you fucking pussies. Like, all right, fine.
You know that
Listen,
there was
sometimes-
some marketing director who
sometimes
had
bullying works.
Sometimes social media bullying works for the good. For the good.
There was someone who had a whole plan and worked like months on it to get that
fuck.
deal, and they were like, no.
Yeah, just take it.
But you know, it probably worked out even better because it's like nobody's going anywhere. Like
Right.
this is, I feel like appointment television doesn't even really exist
No,
anymore.
yeah, we said that. Like that was the, after Game of Thrones ended, I feel like we were saying that there might not be another like week to week on that level. You know, you have to watch, and then it was that for like 6 weeks.
Man.
Or
Shit
whatever
was
it
like Roots for sports fans. Like that ass. Like every night I'm sitting here watching. Like yo,
Knowing we
the
know the
pizza
outcome
side.
of all this shit, but
We
it's just
already
like,
know. We're
nah,
still like,
I need to know the story.
How's he gonna get through this?
Like,
Dude,
we
I
know
had-
he won 6. We know that shit.
we had Roots in my house growing up, and I don't know why. We had like
Really?
this set, and I remember, yeah, I swear to God, man, I never watched it, but it scared me. I was like, what is
Listen,
this thing?
listen.
I was a little kid, and I was just like, now, like growing up, then I kind of looking back on it, I was like, what the fuck did we have Roots?
Because it's important, kid. It's important for the people listening
Yeah,
at
right.
Barstool.
It's detrimental to the
We all
Watch
should
Roots,
have
goddammit.
Roots, okay?
God damn
That's
it.
the problem. So how did this come about? How'd you guys link up?
Oh my God, I've known
You guys
Lo
known it forever,
for
right?
Yeah, I've known him. What we known each other about
12, 13 years,
Yeah.
man. Like
It's rare, by the way, to have someone like that long in your life now. I feel like
I know.
so
Yeah.
much in and out, especially with like in work in the business, to have someone that long. You know?
Yeah, we've known each other in the industry for a minute, and we've traveled together. Did Do Straight Palooza together. And long story short, he called me up one day. He was like, "Yo, you want to be on a podcast?" I'm like, "I'm really not. I don't want to say nothing crazy. I work with Apple, so it's like if I say something dumb, I'm going." He's like, "Nah, it's not gonna be like that. We just talk sports. We shoot the shit, tell stories about our past." I was like, "All right, fuck it. First episode up.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
Starts
That's how it
that
starts.
way.
You gotta give-
I'm
You
trying
gotta
to
give them a little morsel. Yeah.
So like the first episode in, we're talking about like Beyonce, and I'm like, come on, like this is how we're gonna introduce me to the show. But it's been good, it's been fun. He's opened my eyes to a lot of different shit, and a lot of people, just complimenting us, hitting us on Twitter, like we love this shit, like this is a genuine conversation.
Then you get that rush too, though. Then you
Yeah.
start off worried and like a little apprehensive, and then it starts to click. I
Yeah.
remember when I first started, I told everybody I was writing for a sports blog, and I mean, I write about sports 1 out of every 10 blogs, right? And I just remember 20, 30. At this point,
I'm like writing. Who does that?
Right, we used to write back in the day.
We got
But I
voice
remember
notes now.
at a like a family fucking event. I remember my dad. He was standing next to me, and he just kind of leaned in and was like, "This isn't a sports blog." It's like, I don't know what you just read, but
Yeah,
it was probably
yeah.
some shit where he was like, "Oh, okay, it's like that." But yeah, man, I mean, you can tell there's such a difference. We started out like professionally, but by now, it feels like we're
Of course.
like family. So, and there's such a difference in the convo.
Yeah,
I can have a
yeah.
good conversation with anybody, but there's always that extra level.
Like
where
I
it's
doubt
like-
you guys come in with like a bunch of notes. Like we gotta hit this.
Yeah,
we gotta hit
yeah,
that, we
yeah.
gotta hit
Literally
that. Like,
nada.
Nothing.
and if we ever do, I'm like, yo, okay. Like, the other day we tried to do this. It was like 2 stories about people who got fired, and I was like, oh, we'll do like this segment about employment, like
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
out the
Just-
fucking window.
Right.
As
They
soon as
always
we
go off
start.
the rails.
Like
Like,
even the Beyonce
always.
conversation, I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, we're gonna talk about how Beyonce fans are like a cult. Let's go."
It's
He's like,
yo,
"What?
what the-
What?
what?
It's like, that's what it was.
They are, by the way.
They are.
They
They
are.
are.
That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And
that
again,
started with,
I
like,
don't want to fuck with them, so please.
No, but once
Yeah,
he
don't mind
brought
that.
me into
Good.
the conversation of like where he was trying to go, I'm like, oh, okay, I get
get
that.
it.
But it's like if you say the one thing you say will take that moment and just
That's
be like,
it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the one thing I'm
We live in the
afraid of.
headline generation. You know how it goes, man. People barely
absolutely.
read past it. So if the first thing you see is like Beyonce fans are cold. What?
Yeah,
And then you're
they're
like,
gonna watch it. They're gonna.
Like, oh,
That's-
okay.
I get it,
Okay.
I
I
get
see
it.
what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
that's the best part of Twitter now, where Twitter is like, did you read the story?
Yeah.
Or you just read the headline.
Twitter,
Like, yeah,
I'm
okay.
like slowly but surely like trying to wean myself off of Twitter just because
yeah?
like there's no room
Smart.
for any sort of nuance on
No.
any sort of conversation.
But I also just like embrace that. Then I'm just like, fuck it.
yeah, I mean,
Because,
listen,
because
So
I also
certain
can't.
days, certain days it's like, yo, I need the fuckery. Certain days,
Yeah,
certain days I
absolutely.
need the bullshit. But the
Yeah.
other days it's like, all right, enough. I
Yeah.
can't.
It also depends on the topic too.
yeah,
you know?
definitely depends on the topic. Like, if it's-
I can do the clickbait headline arguing when it's sports or some bullshit. Obviously, the past year has been some stuff where you need
It's been
nuance.
too
and
heavy.
It's like
Yeah. It's
this,
been
ain't-
such a-
this is not the right place.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You know?
Like if we're talking about like how they just need to fire Adam Gase, and it's like
Which-
some yeah.
bro.
Let's go all in.
I
I'm
mean,
all in on there. But
you
once
don't
it
need
gets
any
to
more
the
than a
round-
headline. You don't need any more nuance than that, dude.
Of
It's
course
fucking
not.
crazy that
Of
he
course
hasn't been
not.
fired, man.
Yo,
Forget about getting fired. We're still talking guru and offensive genius and shit. Using titles like that. Offensive.
Yo,
I mean,
I got beef with Peyton Manning, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
God
I don't know.
damn.
I don't know who the fuck I gotta talk to about that shit. But like, I mean, listen. Granted, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Yeah.
I'm not a Brady fan, so I'll always put Manning above him. Whatever.
Right.
Yes, I said it. Yes, I said F Brady on Barstool. Yes, I said that shit. But now I feel like
you know he threw 5 touchdown passes this weekend, right?
that's
5.
not important.
5.
Semantics.
Kaz,
Yo,
he threw
the
5
okay.
this weekend.
The crazy thing is his girl is a huge Tom Brady
Huge.
fan.
Yeah?
Huge.
My
No.
fiance,
Oh
my
my
fiance.
Is she from up there?
Yo, I thought you meant Giselle. I was like, yeah, of course she does.
She only loves Tom Brady because I can't stand him. That's just one of those.
And I've
but,
seen the
but
argument.
the more
It's so, oh my God.
Does she
hilarious.
and she knows her shit, or
she knows her shit.
Yeah,
she knows her shit.
yeah.
Like, she's in the
Yeah,
sport.
she
That's
knows he
fine.
threw 5 this weekend.
Exactly. Like, first half, like anybody who saw me on Twitter, I tweeted a picture of like Hakeem Olajuwon in the Raptors
first
jersey.
half when
Yeah.
Tommy,
and
watch
Patrick
out.
Ewing in the Magic jersey.
This
I'm
kid
like,
made the same mistake.
Oh,
In what,
here it
50,
comes.
was it 52?
And then-
Well, the first half of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was,
and then
I
that
remember
second
that,
half,
dude.
I'm like,
that
wow.
Super Bowl, I was talking to Big Cat, another guy here, and I was like, I know they're going to come back in some way, shape, or form. I really didn't think they were going to win, but I was like, either they come back and win, and I'm miserable anyway.
Yeah.
And if I start talking shit and people are clowning me for it, I'm going to be miserable no matter what. So I'm going to start talking
lean
shit
in.
now and
Right.
run up the
Lean in.
score.
Right.
Because if they do win, if the Falcons do pull it off, then I've been talking shit since the second quarter.
Right.
And if they lose, I'm miserable, period. So I might as well do it. So I started running my mouth. The one that went wild, it was when Lady Gaga, you know what? Remember she did the performance, she jumped off the roof to start?
Yes,
And I
yes.
wrote like Pats fans right now jump off the roof. I went like super viral and I was like, yeah, like let's go. And then,
I mean,
that was
yeah,
me at
like-
the end jumping.
All that being said, like, I mean, I can respect Tom Brady as like a great football player, probably the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
Of
but,
all
like,
time, Kaz.
Whatever.
Kaz, say it.
Whatever.
Of all
Listen,
time.
my New
Of all
Yorkness
time.
will not allow me to come and give him that title. Okay, like,
I mean, I'm a Giants fan. I can give it to him.
Yeah, well,
You can.
I'm so sick of Giants fans, man. I got a guy here. I do a Mets podcast with. He's Mets Giants. I'm like, that doesn't work. You're Yankees Jets,
yeah,
right?
Yankees, Jets, Knicks.
I call you guys gypsies. You can't be trusted. Anybody who mixes and matches, fuck you guys. So I got this guy. He's a Mets fan and he's all miserable with me. And then he flips the script to the Giants. Granted, shit has not been going for them the past couple years.
well,
But when
0-4,
it,
yeah,
but when
we're
it
not,
comes
yeah.
to the Patriots, they're always like, oh, I don't mind them. Like, of course you don't mind them. Why would you mind them?
I don't mind the Patriots. I don't mind Tom Brady, of course. Like, but we have that those 2 Super Bowls.
Must
over
be
them,
nice,
so,
Lo.
yeah, it's very
Must be
nice.
nice.
Fucking nice.
Very nice. But it's
Are
shitty
you a
right
baseball
now.
fan at all?
Nah,
yeah.
I don't touch it.
Yeah, we're black. We don't watch baseball.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I fuck with the Yankees though all day. Every day.
I went to a Yankees game like for the first time last year, but other than that, I'm
Yo,
just-
That's the beauty of being a Yankees fan though. Like you literally
Yeah, you
do
can be a
not have
fucking
to
front
watch
runner.
until
You're a fucking
October.
bandwagon.
Right.
I mean,
As soon as the playoffs
might
are
as
like, oh, they're in. Oh, great. I can watch that.
Whoa.
All right, Giancarlo and Judge, whoever. Like I don't know.
Aaron Judge,
but-
you tall ass bitch.
Yes.
But yeah, so back. I mean, Peyton Manning, the one time he decides to ever open up his mouth about
my
Jets
gosh.
fucking business, all of a sudden, you know, yeah, and like Adam Gase didn't do a fucking thing for Peyton Manning. Nobody coaches Peyton Manning.
So
you know what I mean?
I watch your show every week. The
goddamn Jets.
The goddamn Jets every week, and you speak so high, like you speak for me. You speak
Yeah,
for
that's what I
all
try to
Jets
do.
fans
Yeah.
like me. And Peyton Manning, like I don't understand, like who in charge saw like, oh, that's the secret to Peyton Manning.
Right.
Let's get him.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
have
Adam
you not
fucking
seen him
Gase.
call a million fucking audibles throughout
Yeah.
every career?
He never listens to
like,
coaches.
He doesn't look. All right, coach. Yeah, we're running that play. Omaha. Like everyone in the world knows we're not doing what coach said we're gonna do. Right. So I don't know,
man.
but
I mean, Tannehill was his other guy.
Yeah. Look at him. Like as soon as he
Tannehill's
gets
gotten way
Robbie,
better
Robbie
since-
Anderson
Robbie
is
Anderson's
thriving
cooking.
in Carolina. It's like, do we see the fucking theme here, man?
Jeez. And he got Le'Veon Bell, who at one point was like the most electric offensive player
Now he's just
in
crazy.
football.
I could take a nap watching Le'Veon Bell run.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
god! And I love Le'Veon, dude. That's my guy. But yo, what?
I can take a nap.
It pains me every time I see it, man. I swear. But
Yo, so with Say Less, I love the barbershop setup, man.
Appreciate that, man.
That's
Shout
a
out my
very
guy,
cool
Vic.
look. Yeah, so how does that, you guys, it's like, it's a real functioning barbershop.
Yeah,
it's not a set.
It's
an
a
actual
real
barbershop.
functioning barbershop.
Actual
Shout out my
barbershop.
boy Vic out of Cliffside Park. Lions Den is the name of the barbershop. You can always pull up there on Anderson Avenue. But yeah,
It's like a man's cave.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
it's screens all over the place.
It's
There's a
very
bar
cool.
there.
And you go in like after hours or like,
Usually after hours, but like we have, we got free reign to the place. You know what I'm saying? And like that's my guy. And sometimes we'll go in there looking to Rusties, so he'll be like, hey, before you turn the cameras on, I wish I had him
get it.
today.
That's
before
an
I came
all-time
in.
finesse
He told
right
me
there.
One day I walked in before him. He was like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "You look like shit." I'm like, "What's up, Vic? Like, nice to see you too." He's like, "Sit in the fucking chair." So he lines me up, and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I was looking like
Yeah,
shit."
we got a girl. The girl who cuts our hair is one of our sponsors as well, and she'll flat out text us like, "Okay, you need a haircut." Yeah, like, nice, really.
You'll
like
literally
a subtle
be
way of
like-
saying you look like a bag of shit.
He's like, yo, I'm never letting you get on camera looking like that ever again.
Right,
But
right.
it's a real functioning barbershop, and it kind of lends itself to the nature of the conversation.
absolutely.
Right? Like it's, you know how I roll. Like I'm not like the super duper sports analyst, but I want people to kind of like just have a free flowing
Nobody wants
conversation.
the
And-
super duper sports.
yeah,
analyst
like
anymore, bro.
there's
No
a
one is
million
that.
of
I
those.
can't believe
But, like,
anybody even ever liked
that
it.
was
but-
that was the thing I was afraid of because like I'm not the biggest sports guy and he is compared to me, but I'm a big music guy. So
Right.
we can go back and forth about that. So one day in the comments, this guy was like, "Clearly you don't know basketball." I'm like, "Yes, I say that every fucking show. I'm not the sports guy."
I
like,
announce
y'all-
it loudly.
Like I
I
let
don't know
y'all
what the fuck I'm
know.
talking about.
Yeah, like so like whatever hot take I take, that's not coming from an actual point of like,
Basically,
Yeah.
every
He's-
opinion
he's-
I have, I start with, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
fucking
And you
know,
know
like-
what? You lay the groundwork for that too. It's like you don't want anybody coming up like, well, sorry, actually, in
like,
third,
no,
the third
motherfucker,
round
like,
of the. Nobody
you know
cares.
what's funny
Yo,
too?
Nate Silver doesn't have a podcast.
Yeah, but that's what's funny, man. Is
Exactly.
like the whole point, the whole reason why sports is what it is because you can't really be a super duper analyst. You can know all the facts, all the numbers, all everything, and
That's
you
that's
blow the
big
28-3
dirty
lead
secret.
or whatever.
That's
you know?
the big dirty secret in this
Yeah.
entire world.
Nobody knows
None of us
shit.
know what the fuck we're talking about. Nobody.
In any
Like-
gig, I feel like surgeons are stepping up, being like,
Yes.
well,
I don't think
that's the
that's how you
tumor.
do it.
No,
Like,
gosh, Kyrie Irving had a great Instagram live this week, and he was talking about how, like, just the world of sports television and hot takes and all this type of stuff. It's like they aren't experts. Like they
No.
don't play the game. Like
No.
we play the game to a certain level, but like, who am I to tell LeBron or Kyrie like, well, you should have passed him?
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't
off.
fucking know, really.
Dude,
I
and
mean,
then
like-
especially in the world of politics, when everyone gets mad at these people, I'm like, that girl makes $15 million a year. She'll tell you whatever you want.
Yes.
Yeah, Trump's great. Whatever you're gonna say, as long as the check clears. These
As
people
long as
are
I'll
just
tell you
talking.
anything.
they know
For that
exactly.
kind of money, I will literally say whatever you want.
I will lie to you right now.
Yeah,
50 million, yes.
absolutely.
My whole perspective on like sports analysts and takes changed once I read this story on Skip Bayless, and he said he doesn't check his mentions at all. He just checks his.
He follows
insights.
no people.
He follows no people. He just checks
So
his insights.
cocky.
Whatever spikes up, whatever gets good, bad, or indifferent. It's the Floyd Mayweather
Yeah.
fucking strategy. It's like,
Dude, that
if you want to
wasn't.
see me beat up, or you want to see me beat somebody up, you all pay the same admission. So
Yeah.
you just get the most people. So
I
I'm just
like. I
get
respect
it.
that. Like, to a point.
Yeah.
At some. Whatever.
I mean, I could never do it.
Yeah.
But I
can't do
understood where he was coming from, and I
Yeah.
stopped. You know what I mean? Like these people that get so tight at, people like, oh, how do you say that? How did I? I'm like, dude, it's a show.
Yeah.
he is playing a character.
Character,
Like
yeah.
he is trying to poke the bear as much as he can.
Which
to
I
get a
again, I
reaction.
He does
usually
very well.
when he took when he did like the depression shit with Dak, it was like, all right,
He took that
we're
a
getting a
little
little
too
too
far.
far.
Yeah,
But
that
if, as
was-
long,
that
when,
was-
within
that
the
was-
sports world, you want to talk about LeBron and MJ and all the shit he usually does, like go
Whatever.
ahead,
Yeah,
man.
that Dak shit
And
was
if there's
irresponsible.
a audience of people that love that and
Mm-hmm.
get into it, but like I can never see myself like writing, like those are like Yelp reviewers. Like, are you kidding me? Like you're the worst people on the planet. Like you're really sitting here and writing a Yelp that nobody's gonna read about a bad sandwich you ate. Like
Right.
that's the exact kind of thing I say when you're going to say, oh well, Skip, what do you know you're talking about? Like, dude, I don't know what I'm talking about. Nobody does. Like
man,
he's-
nobody.
Jeez, come on. We all saw the Jalen Rose clip. What is it? Water Pistol Pete? Like we've seen it. Like
Yep.
what are we really doing here? What are we really doing?
I knew with Skip that I might have to take his opinions with a grain of salt when he said he eats Chinese food every night.
Oh my
He
God.
does? Said that? Every single night?
Every night.
Yo, but he's like,
I mean, I can't be trusted.
but he's low key Jack though. But he's low key Jack though. Like, so like,
He's just shredded.
Yeah,
Him
he's
and,
He's high key, man. Like, he's ripped.
Yeah.
he's got this
He's
weird
Chinese food
like.
every night.
Like if you see his face, it looks a little like droopy, but like then like every once in a while he'll
Tight.
post like something
and,
from the night down. I'm like, bro, like is he on the
But what does
gas?
that? What does
Like,
that menu look like if he does Chinese food every night? What does that mean? Like, what is that like? Is it
So
General
he has a
Tso's?
place-
Is it fried
He
wings?
lives in Connecticut, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah.
Him and Ernestin.
Yeah.
But he has an apartment in New York because they record here.
Yeah.
And he says he eats Chinese food at that apartment every night.
I mean, if you're gonna do every night, you got to do something
That's too much. That's too
Yeah,
much
even
Chinese
I
food.
could, even I can't. Like he calls me a medical marvel because all I eat is steak, chicken wings, and like burgers.
bro,
and shit.
he's
And I
been this exact size
Been the
as
same size for
every
the last
year I've
12
known
years.
him. He eats nothing but like porterhouse steaks, drinks Jameson. Like if you remember, what
It's
movie
always
was-
that way. The people who live to 130, the
Yes,
people who are in good shape.
he's
like,
got the
what-
Ozzy
what's the
Osbourne shit
secret?
where it's like, yo, he's gonna bite bats off and live till he's like 95
Bro,
years
all
old.
I do is drink water in the morning. I eat fruit, and I'll eat a steak here and there. I've kind of cut back on the red meat because I'm getting older, but it's like
It's
like,
working.
I don't know where it goes.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if it goes in my head or whatever the case is. But I've been this same
Fucking
size
lucky,
pretty much.
man.
Yeah, my
You got-
metabolism is stupid, so it's
Yeah.
like
Must
fuck
be
it.
nice, bro.
But I still drink my
Must
water,
be
so I'm
nice.
good. It's not water, it's Jameson.
So you've been working for Apple for a while now, right?
About 5 years.
yeah.
Yeah, 5 years.
So music is your
Music
your
is my
forte,
forte,
right?
yeah,
Which I
yeah.
feel like works perfect. Like
For sure,
You know,
for
you-
sure. Like when Verzuz started really popping off, he really got
the
like
greatest. I think that's the greatest
yeah.
thing to like
yeah.
ever happen to hip hop. I
Yeah,
thought
for
that is what every argument and discussion I've ever had about rap.
Yeah.
It just came to life.
Yeah.
you
Well, and
know?
that and again, the timing of it was just perfect.
Perfect.
You know, Swizz and Timbo, not that like they timed it out, but it was just like, all right, this is what we can't go to concerts.
Mhm.
You know, we can't do shows. So it's like, how else can we bring the live experience to
I think
to
that
the
I would
fans?
rather see that than a concert.
Oh,
to be
yes.
honest.
Oh, for sure.
I've never been a
I
huge
can stay on
concert
my
guy,
couch,
but-
I can drink,
Yes.
listen to my favorite music, have my girl next to me, and just chill.
Yeah.
That's a perfect night.
But
We
I'm-
always say too, like white guys at concerts, it's weird. we don't know what to do.
I mean,
We
y'all
know
are like
the words.
90% of the
we
audience.
can't say half the words.
Yeah.
We can't dance.
But then you
So
guys
we're just
are,
like-
yeah, you guys are about 85 to 90% of the audience.
I know it's,
Like,
it's never good. I remember I went
Yeah,
to.
don't listen to Chris Rock when he says get your Dr. Dre on. Like,
Nah,
I'm
no.
gonna tell you right now, just censor yourself.
Yeah.
Don't-
No,
Don't let the words
we,
slip.
we censor the words. We should be censoring the dance moves. You know, it's like the hitch. It's like I just stay right here, stay in the spot.
all you need is like a nice solid two-step.
Yeah,
Stay on beat.
Because
Once
it's
you're
awkward
good
if
with
you're
that,
not doing anything. If you're just like
Right.
standing there, then you look like a fucking sociopath.
Yeah,
exactly,
If you try too
exactly.
hard, you look like an idiot. So yeah, just a little.
I
back
go with a
and
nice
forth.
little head nod. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, nice little
Uh-huh.
two-step, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Like if there's something we're all doing, everybody say, hey, I'll do
Yo,
that.
so you know what's gonna be weird, by the way? Like we haven't really seen it yet, but when bars and shit come back, it's gonna be like when in like the rom-coms where you're like at the party and everyone's doing the same dance.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
gonna happen in real life because of TikTok and shit. We haven't seen it yet, but you're gonna be at a bar and like you know whatever song comes on, people are gonna be fucking doing the moves. And shit. Everybody doing
I
the
swear,
same
if I
moves. that-
see that shit, I'm literally walking out. It's like, bro, I've seen it enough for the past 8 months online every fucking morning. Now I gotta watch it in a bar. Like, what are you even doing here?
gonna
dude?
happen,
Like,
bro.
why are you
Oh,
even?
God.
at
in
least
this
again
bar?
with the whites, it will happen with the whites.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. Once bars are open back up, please keep the TikTok dances only look good by yourself. I know
and
what
if that,
I
if
know what you're gonna try and do. They're gonna be like, oh, this is the new thing now. You're gonna try and do the line dance.
Yes.
It's gonna try to have like 10 to 20 people doing it at the same time. I'm gonna tell you right now, before it happens, it's not gonna look good.
Nope.
Just
It's
Don't
not gonna
do
go
it,
how
man.
you think it is.
It's not
Just
gonna
let
go how
that
you
go.
think it's gonna go, man. Just stay two-step head nod.
It's the same thing as concerts. Concerts and
Let me tell you
TikTok.
what, we're gonna try anyway.
Yeah, we're not gonna take that advice. I promise you.
You're right, and guess
like
what? We're
rhythm.
still gonna
Fuck it,
try.
we're gonna still do it. Rhythm. What's that?
What's that? Who has that?
What's your line? You always say you dance to the words of songs,
I
not
dance
the
to the
beat.
words. I know I'm supposed to dance to the beat. I cannot dance to the beat.
Wait, so you're dancing to the
Loki's eyes
verses?
were
Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, please explain this process. So you're dancing to the verses and the chorus, and not the actual instrumentation.
100%, man.
So like you start spitting double time, and he starts dancing faster. And shit like that.
I know I'm supposed to be dancing to the beat. I just Dance to
Were
the
you
beat.
taught that, or is that just some funny
It's
mechanism
just
you have?
white person
White
shit.
people.
Yeah, like
program
so
with
many
it,
times
man.
I'll watch. I'm like, yo, what are you listening to? What are you trying to? What are you matching with? And then like an Eminem song come on, and I was like, I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay, I get it.
I fundamentally understand I am supposed to be dancing to the beat. You
can't do it?
And I just cannot do it.
There's something in like our DNA. It's like we're programmed to like speak to the manager and dance to the words. That's just what's in our blood, man.
Oh my god,
We can't help it.
Yo, speak to the manager.
Oh, y'all
It's been a big speech to the manager year, man.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
What's my whole thing with rap? I'm always like the old man yelling at the cloud. Can't stand new shit. They don't make them like they used to. The whole nine.
Get off the law. Get off my law.
But I
I'll
feel
be
like
surprised. Me and Kev have like very deep like rap debates. Like after like every like.
I do
verses.
surprise people with that.
He does, like, I'm not gonna lie. As long as I've known Kev, like, he was always very sports guys. But like, as the versus battles were popping up, I was like, yo, you know what I love to see? Like Lloyd Banks versus. I'm like, where the fuck did this come? I'm like, word. I'm like, what you know? And then like, I'll see like he'll like every once in a while, like I'll see like an old picture of Kev with like a FUBU shirt on.
I never did FUBU. I had two rules. I never
was it?
did FUBU and I never did Mecca. Those
Okay,
are too much
okay,
for me.
all right.
I
did FUBU. Yeah, oh fuck yeah.
Wait, how do you do football? But you're dancing to the words of the music. Like they don't go together.
Let me pull up. Let's pull up a high school picture of you.
Word, like,
Have you
they
ever
go
seen?
together.
You might have seen this already, but I'm gonna pull up for you. The high school Feidelberg is.
It's bad.
Oh my
You think if
God.
I
So
just
you know
even
Trill
Google-
Withers, you know Tyler I am.
Yes, yeah, true.
And
That's my guy. Well, not my guy. I met through Kev, but yeah.
Tyler quote tweeted this picture and just went, I want to punch this picture in the fucking face.
Here it is. Look at my man.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
my God.
no.
This is
bad.
definitely
Bro, you look
this
like
is
a grade A
definitely
douchebag, bro. Oh my
2004 Jay-Z.
That was a short necklace. It's a fucking
rope?
No, it's a 4-leaf clover that a cop cut off my neck.
Oh gosh!
Yo, and then
you
how about
fit
this?
so many descriptions right now.
God, you look like a lot of the kids I went to high school with.
Yo,
back in
Unrelated.
I see the-
Unrelated.
I see the
This is-
Jay-Z-
That's just a girl.
Oh my God!
She's
You guys
not
are so
related to
Can
me
you
at
hold
all.
them like
Wait,
right
wait,
next
Not
to
a
each-
deep fake.
Wait.
Not
That's not your sister?
nope. That's just a random chick.
I don't know that girl.
And God bless her. Like, obviously, we get this picture and it goes
She's got-
super viral. And she's like, oh, fuck.
Guys,
Hey, this guy has more lookalikes and doppelgangers than anybody on the fucking planet. That poor girl, man.
It's like the Trevor Lawrence lookalike lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like Kev is like a surprisingly like New York heavy like rap head.
The first CD I ever bought was Legal Drug Money, Lost Boys.
no shit.
Yeah, I'm in deep.
I was just listening to them the other day. Like, that's one of my favorite groups. I
Yeah,
love
man.
them.
They're so underrated, man.
Mine was J-Lo on the 6.
That explains both of us very well,
God,
man.
the first album I ever bought.
It was J-Lo and Limp Bizkit. I bought them at the same time.
Mine was close. I used to remember. Everybody remembers like FYE, like For Your Entertainment,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a coupon and I got to buy 3 CDs. And the 3 CDs I bought was Dr. Dre 2001, Weird Al Yankovic Amish Paradise, and I want to say Coolio CD. It
Wow.
was no. It was NSYNC, No Strings Attached.
Yeah, that's my guy. All right, so you can't talk.
Yes. No, I don't. Listen, I grew up in Staten Island. Like, I know, I take every, little sample of every place I grew up at. So, I could mingle with the white folks and know, like, Digital Get Down, JC Chazé.
Ahead of their time, by the way.
Yo.
Digital Get Down, they're talking about,
Listen.
sexting and pictures and all that shit, like, way ahead of the
Holy
game,
shit.
dude.
Yo, if that shit came out right now, somebody's going to do, like, a TikTok, like, challenge to that
Yeah.
shit
Don't
right
give
now.
them any fucking ideas.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, but nah, like I could always like kind of like touch everything. But yeah, like Kev would
Versus, it was my favorite shit ever. What was your what's your opinion of the
also
whole thing?
Lo does the cheat sheets for the verses too. So like before
Yeah.
every-
So you know, like, break it all
I
down.
just did that just off the humble, and Apple came in and was like, "Yo, can we use these? Like, this is
Yeah.
perfect for the show." And it actually does well for the artist's catalog because people
Yeah.
are going back in and just listening to their shit.
Right.
But my favorite one was T-Pain and Little John because T-Pain shouted me out.
Oh yeah, nice. There you go. That's why.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
why.
the best moment of that was when Little John he started talking about vaccines, and he was like, "When they get a vaccine, I'm not gonna take it." And TK was like, "Whoa, come on,
Like,
man.
that's not why we're here. Like, we're not here for this. Like, come on.
We were
like,
going off the rails really
Reel
quick.
that shit back
But
there.
I miss the era of verses when everything went off the rails. Like
Yeah,
the Sean Garrett and like the
agree.
Dream
That
ones
shit
when
was
like
fire.
he's like slobbering drunk,
Yes.
like trying to
Even
like.
just like the very first one on the phones, when, like when
Yeah.
Swiss had to go out to his car. First of all, when you have to go to your car to get a better Wi-Fi connection, you're rich.
Facts,
But
facts.
then, like, even, when, like, Beanie Man did it and they were, like, together and it was almost like a mini concert, that was cool, but
Yeah.
I'd rather it be a little, like, grimy.
I miss the
like,
charm of like rappers not knowing how to use Instagram.
Yeah, I mean that got old quick because it's like, all right, guys,
wanna
like,
watch
I want to
it.
watch, I want to
Yeah.
enjoy it, but like
Yeah.
the first couple times they did it, it's like, oh shit, like they're actually just on their phones holding the shit in the studio, talking shit to each other, and now it's like a full on production, and I like
Yeah.
that too. I like that aspect, but it's getting a little bit just like predictable. And,
Yes.
you know,
You know what
they
I
just-
want? I want an actual battle. It's all good. It's all love. It's like
Yeah.
we're really just celebrating each other's catalogs.
Yeah.
I want, like, I thought for a second when 50 got in the mix and they were talking T.I.
That
and all
would be something.
that there
You
was
see,
actually
that's-
some like bad blood.
Yeah.
Too close.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
50 play too much, man.
Yeah, no.
And it's too many
Like,
eyes
he's-
for that kind of situation. What he
Yeah.
would do and what he would say and what kind of antics
Absolutely.
that-
And he's petty, and he
Yeah,
doesn't like
definitely.
Yeah,
everybody.
he doesn't like to lose. So
Right.
it's like it'll turn into something that.
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
need
that
to be.
guy, like, you're busting balls, and he's like, well, yeah, I hope your mom gets cancer.
Yeah, and it's like,
all right.
we weren't taking it there.
Fun's
We
over,
don't joke with
guys.
you. This is exactly why we don't joke with
I
you.
mean, the funniest video in the history of the world is still that Floyd video.
Oh my.
Yo, he,
I mean-
what he did to Floyd, man.
If you can read one page of a Harry Potter book, was the
It's like that's the
funniest-
thing. It's like that. Now, he would say something like that during the battle. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, we weren't here for that.
Yeah.
Just stay on Instagram.
I do think though, like like an actual win or lose, like where it really matters to somebody if they win it. I
Yeah.
think would be cool.
Yeah, I
Because-
mean, you know what? It started like that. Like
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
not-
the
yeah,
first
it's not
couple
no-
episodes, like I think the Hit Boy Wonder one was the one that felt like the most competitive. Because like you could tell
You could tell they were not bad blood, but you could tell like they've
There's
been
pride on the
they're-
line.
Yeah, like
well,
when you're
Like,
producers,
when they
it's
were doing like Nelly and Ludacris, it's like you guys are too successful. You've all
Extremely.
sold 20+ million. It's like
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Right.
to
Luda,
somebody.
you're in Fast and Furious, bro.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
you're good.
Big
Like,
time.
I don't
Yeah.
think you need this
You're,
right
you've
now.
done $1 million, $100 million movies. You went
Yeah.
diamond. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing that anybody's ego could get checked at. So it could
Yeah.
be a celebration. It could be
Yeah.
fun.
Right.
But like I think that's the future of it. I feel like once hopefully when we get back to normal, like I think it'll turn into like some sort of like sound clash thing where like
I
you
think
know,
it could go off into a festival because if you bring
Gotta be
certain
dope.
artists on the road, that could turn into like so many different demographics. Like,
Yeah.
attend that shit. But yeah, festival.
Have they? I feel like they've like slowed down a little bit. Have they had one in a little while?
Yeah,
what was the
I
last
miss
one?
it?
Patty
The last
LaBelle
one-
and
Yeah, I mean,
last one was-
I was too white for that one. I was like, I got nothing here,
Oh yeah, Patty LaBelle.
Listen, I think and was that
Gladys
like the
Knight.
same day as like the kickoff for the
there was
football
something.
Sunday?
Yeah, because I remember.
Yeah,
I think it was
it was,
week one of the NFL season. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I love you, Patty, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like maybe 30 minutes of it. Like I made a cheat sheet. I'm like, all right, here I did my due diligence. Like,
Dude, they all
enjoy
get
it.
like $500,000, right? It's like 500,000 people watching this.
I
Bananas.
think Brandy and Monica had
That's
about
nuts.
2 or 3 mil.
That's
crazy.
And
Yeah, like 500, like concurrent. I meant. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like it's
and the juice is worth the squeeze because if you look after every battle, like everybody's streams shoot up. So it's like,
Well,
dude.
it's a lot like The Last Dance too, like where
Yeah.
people learn. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know Luda had that many," And even myself, like I know all these guys, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that one, forgot about that
Right.
one. Or it was cool. I like with the producers too, like RZA did some shit that I was like, I had no idea that was RZA.
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of like the cheat sheet because it's like I bring up songs that we all forgot about or we just forgot that they were on this album or we just haven't listened to in like 10 years. So it's fun to watch people rediscover the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the beautiful part.
So
about
who
it.
would be who's your dream versus?
Oh.
man,
impossible
mine
question.
it's still
Yeah,
I've said this
that's
from the jump.
Probably
Pharrell versus
Carly Rae
Kanye.
Jepsen and Ashley Simpson.
No, listen, that would be good. I would fuck with that.
listen.
She drops "Call Me Maybe." She drops "Pieces of Me." That's like, Do you lead with that? Do you
I
use
do-
that as your finale? There's, give me a cheat sheet on that one.
I do want to keep verses, a cultural thing as much as we can. But if I were to pick
He
two
said
cultural, like
In this bubble, keep it here.
this is our thing, guys. Let's keep it that way. But if I were to pick one to handle your point, I like to see Britney versus Christina. Like, I like to see that. Like, I know.
Wow.
You was at the front of the Free Britney
I was gonna say when she gets emancipated, throw her on stage,
I
let
saw
her
that.
fuck around.
But my personal dream one would be Pharrell versus Kanye. Like I think that's.
But see now here's
So
all right.
many
Here's the
hits.
question. All right, is it just producing or is it?
I think it's got to be
your
everything.
whole catalog.
I think
Okay.
that's what makes it special.
I feel like Luda and Nelly started that too, where they all of a sudden we were doing features and
Yeah.
things that you just put a verse on. It's like, well, if we're gonna do that,
Yeah.
it opens it up to a lot
But
of shit.
then, all right. So then, do you include production from the Neptunes or just Pharrell? And then
I mean, you got
Kanye's-
to.
yeah, I feel
'Cause
like
everything.
because also let's be honest.
Yeah, like Kanye
Chad is
wasn't-
not putting asses in the seats, whatever that dude's name was.
Exactly.
Right? Come on, man.
I don't know.
I fuck with Chad Hugo all the way.
We fuck with the Neptunes, but it's
Yeah.
like we know the money breadwinner.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Kanye was in the booth by himself too, making all these beats too. Like he had help.
Yeah.
Well, that's
on
what I'm
certain
saying. Like,
records,
so like, does he play the ones that he only did, or does he play the ones that John Bryan helped him make?
Yeah.
Or all these other guys that helped him.
You know
make?
where
So
the
it's
craziest part of that would be is narrowing it down to 20.
Yes.
I mean, how do you pick?
You don't. I think
You
I
can't have 20 Kanye.
No,
You
like
need
you
like
got
200.
You can literally do 20 as an artist and 20 as a producer.
yeah.
and make it
That's
like
what I'm so
two-parter.
fascinated by it because like you can be the better rapper, producer, have the better catalog. You might lose if you don't like
Oh,
battle
for
rate.
sure.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
if your sequencing isn't correct, then your night is.
What do you think
done.
like the if you had to just put a strategy to it, like like I always say, stand-up comics always say you lead with your second best joke and you close with your best joke. Like,
Right.
would you come out with your number one hit? Do you save that for the end?
It just depends on what type of artist I am. It depends on who I'm battling, and it depends on if I'm going first or second.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
if I go first, I'm coming to knock your head off.
Absolutely.
Right? But if I go second, now I have to match your tempo.
Yeah.
And
You know, I gotta
also,
follow
you
you.
got to get a GIF. If you don't get a
Yes,
GIF,
it's so true. Yes.
if we're not memeing you, like
Yes.
I don't remember shit about the Jadakiss Fab battle, but I remember Jadakiss doing
that.
the drunk Jada dance. I was like, he won. That's it.
I don't need no water. I'm a grown ass man.
And that's the thing. You gotta have charisma. You gotta have personality. Like Fab is not that a personal guy, so he was
Yeah.
just sitting there the whole time.
That was tough.
And then, but Jada was just in there having a great time,
Yeah.
drinking shit.
That's why I
I'm
liked,
like,
Snoop and
take a shot, Fab. Like do
yeah,
something.
get
Like,
loose.
Get
Yeah.
loose with this shit.
Yeah, that's why Snoop and DMX was funny because it was
That
like
was- yeah, that was-
dancing
Yes,
and then
yes.
like
Then that was a celebration because
Snoop.
we all-
I mean,
yeah,
Snoop's
I
on.
mean,
I think he might be
that-
unbeatable. I mean,
That's my
it's-
thing too. Like with Snoop and DMX, like you got to know what songs they're playing. Like if Snoop really wanted to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he took his foot off the
he
pedal.
took his
a
foot.
little bit
He
there.
wanted to
Playing
make it
some
more
No
of a
Limit
show,
shit and all that,
Yeah,
a celebration. But if Snoop
Yeah.
really wants to put like his 20 best joints, it's like I love
over.
DMX. but,
Because he
like,
played a couple like personal favorites, and it's just like,
Yes.
oh, okay, like, and I respect that, I like it, but
That's not what we're here for.
bro,
Though.
what-
Primo
give it
did the
to-
same thing.
Yeah.
He played a couple things and it was just like, let's.
It's like, come
give
on,
me the
you're not
real
you're
deal.
not playing to win.
Yeah, right. So who would be the dream?
Hove and I would rather see Hove and Snoop.
Yeah,
Hov
those are
and
probably the
Snoop.
only guys who go toe to toe with each
Yeah,
other.
Hove and Snoop could really.
Jay Z's.
I think Hove. I think Hove and Drake is like. That's
He's not
Listen,
wrong, but
listen.
the vibe is not.
I know
there.
it's two different.
If we're doing
it's
hits
sorta
for
two
hits,
different
though.
audiences, like hit for hit. I don't think Drake. He's the cheat code for verses, bro. Like
I'm
you
with
can't-
Kaz.
You can't beat him in the verses.
I'm not
I don't know who
rolling.
could. Like
I'm
Hove is
not
the
rolling.
Hove
He's
is the
not like
only
Drake at all.
one.
No. I see. This is all right. See, now this is where the clips are gonna go viral.
The headlines. Yeah, Lowkey hates Drake.
I love Drake, but I feel that, like he said, he has a cheat code. You know, all his music is just all over the place. It's R&B, it's hip hop, it's
Appropriate
pop.
whatever you want.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he is a cheat code.
Yeah,
Hove is just.
But isn't that? I mean, that shouldn't be a negative.
it
No, it's
shouldn't.
not
you
a
know?
negative, but it's
It's like
like
he's versatile as fuck.
it's unfair in a versus battle because you know.
But that's my
Bro,
point,
I
though.
know,
That's
like,
why I'm
yo,
just like,
it's
come on, like-
playing LeBron 1-on-1. It's not fair.
yeah, like all right, bro. Nobody told him
I'm
to
a
not be
6'10"
LeBron,
point guard.
like not be
I
I
get it.
6'8".
I get it. I get it. It's just like Jay is my that's the epitome of
gold
greatness.
standard,
That's,
yeah.
So people comparing him to Drake, it's like he's not there yet. I see it. I see where it's going to go. I see where it's going to end. But the story is not there yet. They put him too close to Jay.
Yeah.
It's just like ease up. Like take the foot off the pedal real quick. Drake has a lot more to do.
Yeah,
Because I feel like he doesn't have that bona fide classic album
Right.
like that.
I
No?
mean,
I don't
no.
think bona fide. If we're gonna call it close, take care.
Take
Yes.
care. I mean, take
Yeah.
care.
Take
I think he's
care
got
is-
two, maybe three classics.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Two, maybe
See,
three
this-
classics. I got Take Care.
Okay.
I got Nothing Was the Same.
No.
I got Uncertain Days So Far Gone. 2, maybe 3.
So far gone, okay. Yeah, okay, maybe. But that's not bona fide. That was just
I
when
also
it
feel like
set
some
the
of his best
standard.
shit was like mixtapes. Like I want
Yeah.
like a studio album that's like, you know, like here it is. This is my classic work.
That's
my
what,
magnum
that's
opus.
what I'm waiting for. That's
I
what's
feel
like,
you, I
this
feel you on
is
that.
the album that's gonna make or break my career.
But I also-
not even make or break, just like, yo, this is I've arrived as a
I also
classic
feel like it's
artist.
kind of unfair because like his era is still kind of going. You know what I mean? And like, not saying like Hove is done or anything like that, but it's like, you know, we grew up
the
with
back
Hove. Like we
nine,
know
yeah.
like Reason Without Blueprint, classics, no question. You know what I'm
Black
saying?
Album,
But like, I feel like the older we get and the more we like separate ourselves like from the time of the drop, we can look back and be like, damn, Take Care was a moment. Damn, nothing was the same as a
But
moment.
see how fast you did that with Hove? See
you
how
mean?
fast when you were like, yo, okay,
Bam, bam, bam.
close your eyes, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We don't do that with him yet.
Because we're older. Like there's
We are
people.
washed.
There's people. Yeah, we washed, bro. Like
Let me just-
I'm sorry.
let me
Wait,
just-
how old are you, man? 26. Okay, so like, what was the first Drake album you listened to? Or do you listen to Drake?
Yeah,
doesn't-
Nick might not be the
Well,
guy.
sorry. But you know what I mean? Like he's a couple years younger than us.
Yeah.
And like, but that age group, Drake is gonna be their Hove. Like they're not gonna know a time before Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like just like a lot of people don't know a time before Hove, where like you just immediately know. Like yeah, like if I'm just getting into hip hop. Oh wow, what a great.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you this,
Let me just sit
because
back
that
on my
age
rock
group,
chair.
where do you,
Okay,
where would
fine.
you put Lil Wayne on all this? Because that's who
Oh,
around
Wayne's-
these parts.
Wayne's
like
in my personal
in,
top
in,
three.
in Barstool for that age you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess maybe a little bit older. Like a lot of people here will be like, that's their Hove.
Yeah.
Wayne's in my top 5.
Would
Wayne,
do you
yeah.
think Wayne and Hove would be a battle?
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to watch.
And I think you know what
That'd
it
be
is.
fun
I
to
think
watch.
with us, like the way we grew up, like we didn't necessarily use chart success and streaming
Yeah.
success as like, oh, okay, that's a banger.
that
Like,
conversation
there's-
drives his narrative.
of course. And there's
And
like
that's-
certain
and
songs.
I don't like that.
I mean, I can't blame him for the era he
yeah,
grew
I
up
mean,
in.
this is
Also,
Right.
you know, it's
Blaming-
weird,
this is-
the
you're not
streaming
blaming
era
him.
is weird too, because for us it used to be like platinum,
Yeah.
and then maybe
Double platinum.
diamond.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If you tell, like, I don't even know what's a good stream. I streamed 100 million or whatever. I'm like, I don't. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't compare.
It's weird.
It's hard.
It's weird.
But again, maybe that's just 'cause I'm old. I
That
don't know.
conversation in regards to streams and like numbers, that drives the success conversation with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
We never really had those conversations with Jay or Biggie or Puff or whatever.
It's like
It-
they're all successful, and now we're talking
Yeah,
about their
right.
skills.
Yeah,
and their
yeah,
catalog.
that was
They're,
more so
they're the
skill
Mount
break.
Rushmore. It's like you don't question it. You know what I mean? Like there's certain people that like before it's like BC and AD like before
yeah.
before Hove, after Hove,
Yeah.
like before.
Which is, I think, what's so funny. I was just saying this on the radio the other day. Like, we're gonna see rappers become like grandpas now. You know,
Yeah.
like rap is still such a new genre, really, that it's like
It's still a
and-
young
and-
man's game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but will it always be? It's like, the fucking Rolling Stones and
That-
guys
that
like
was-
that have
that
been
was
doing
my
it
next thing.
forever.
Like, we don't have-
and,
we don't have, like, our
unfortunately,
John
Biggie
Bon
and Pac
Jovis or Rolling
were,
Stones and
taken away.
shit.
So it's really like Snoop and Hove are,
Yeah.
and I guess Eminem, if you're into him, like
The legacy act.
yeah, where you're like gonna be 50, 60 years old, and
like-
it's like you can still, because the game is so much about like parties and bitches and
Yeah.
cars and money, and it's like, well, now it's about like my grandkids and my legacy.
credit
It's gonna be
scores
weird
and
to
like
watch.
investment
But
businesses.
that's the
I'm like,
thing.
Thanks, Hove.
That's the thing. Like, but Hove
I mean,
is in
Hope
that-
did that. He's,
Yeah.
It was what was it 40?
444.
Yeah, like
Talk about, like,
and that's
investing
the
your
thing.
money.
Yeah.
That's the conversation for us. It's like for me and him, like, all right, financial literacy and
Yeah.
just black leadership. Like those are the things that we can speak to. I can't speak to what Lil Uzi Vert is talking about.
Yeah, right.
And sometimes
Can't
even the
relate.
shit Drake talks about. It's just like that was
Yeah.
college and
Like
that
we're
was
still
after-
talking about
yeah.
like the girl that left you on red.
Yeah, it's
Drake.
like, all right, like, cool.
Cheesecake Factory?
Like,
Drake, you a Cheesecake Factory, bro?
Like, come on, bro.
like we're still in that pocket of like heartbreak. It's like, bro, come on. Like,
Like I like hearing Drake talking about like being a father. I like
Yeah,
Drake talking
yeah.
about like just like life shit. Like I want to, he's an artist, and you want to hear him be a little bit more real. And like like I'm not doing the sad boy songs anymore. Man. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's cool if I'm in that mood, and I know I can go back to it if I really want to.
Yeah.
But like Hove, like even Wayne, or even like Snoop and Dre, like I want to hear about growth. I want to
Yeah.
hear about like what it's like to be a mid-30s.
If you're
like,
talking
living the prom.
legacy and battle, and especially if you're battling and stuff, to be like, all right, like for my 5th song in my Verzuz catalog, here's me crying about a girl. It doesn't
Like that doesn't
really
set
mesh.
the vibe.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like,
nah.
but then people would still love it. Like, oh my god, this is my favorite song. It's like this is a battle. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to hear whatever fucking love song he had.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, bro.
Marvin's Room in a
it's like,
fucking
I'm not
Versus
trying to, like,
is
hold
tough.
on
I
to
like
going
those
home.
songs, but
yeah,
it's not the
not
right
for the
time.
it's not the aesthetic
yeah.
for that.
You know what I would like to see?
It's my favorite song.
Oh, Marvin's Room's your favorite song?
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, God.
That's a good song. I mean, it's a great song.
You know,
Like,
Marvin's
song.
Room remade by JoJo. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
JoJo's.
JoJo, shout out
JoJo's a
Foxborough,
beast. I
Mass.
fuck with JoJo, man.
Yeah.
He's got ass off.
Get Puff and Suge in a room to play Pac and
God.
Biggie's catalog
Oh, God.
with bulletproof glass and shit.
I don't know. I don't think they make it to the 5th song.
Yeah.
Like, so
That's the one you got to bring back the Zoom cameras for. It's like, all right.
Now
It's
we
just
need your
like the
Instagram.
only. I was
God.
trying to think of how you could do those guys' catalogs because that would. I mean, that's the battle, right?
sure.
Forever, Tupac and Biggie. But who could do it? And it's like who
I would like.
who could you
I
play?
think Puff and Drake could do it.
Yeah,
Puff and Dr. Drake could.
That would work? Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. That'd be tight.
make it happen.
Yeah.
I feel.
Shit,
Come on,
yeah.
talk to
Make a
Apple.
phone
Why
call,
does
Lo.
everyone always think like, when's the next
Music
battle?
guy.
Like, motherfucker, I don't
Like
know.
Kaz, you get MJ and LeBron to play one-on-one. Come on, you're the sports guy, you're the music guy.
How'd you know?
All right, we're gonna go next door and play a little Answer the Internet. You down?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it, bro.
let's do it.
Let's
Appreciate
get it.
you guys. So say less with Kaz and Low.
Yes.
You can catch it wherever podcasts are at.
Subscribe,
5 stars, kid.
5 stars. Get subscribe. All that. KFC. My guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
do
appreciate
it.
y'all.
Let's get it.